Money. It's the invisible force that shapes our lives, our jobs, our homes, our choices, our dreams. We work for it. We save it. We spend it. We're taught to believe it represents value, stability, and progress. But what if that belief is an illusion? What if the system that issues our money was never designed to protect us, but to control us? This is the story of how fiat money, the financial operating system of the modern world, is reaching its breaking point, and how Bitcoin might be the single greatest opportunity in human history to reclaim our financial freedom and our future. So take a breath, open your mind, because by the end of this, you'll never look at money or freedom the same way again. To understand the chaos of the global economy, we first have to understand what fiat money really is. The word fiat comes from Latin, meaning by decree, money by command, not by nature. It's not backed by gold, silver, or anything tangible. It's backed by trust, or more precisely, belief. When governments spend more than they collect, central banks simply create the difference, typing new currency into existence. That money flows through governments, then banks, then corporations, and finally to you. But every new dollar comes with interest owed, debt from birth. The only way to keep the system alive is to create even more money to pay for the money already printed. It's a self-consuming loop, a snake eating its own tail. Debt fuels the system fuels more debt. We're told inflation is healthy, but inflation isn't natural. It's engineered. It's the silent tax that steals value from your savings while politicians promise growth. You can work harder, save more, and still fall behind, because the money itself is losing strength. A dollar today buys a fraction of what it did decades ago. Over time, that erosion doesn't just weaken wealth, it destroys trust. And when trust dies, currencies follow. Fiat doesn't build prosperity. It manufactures dependency, a system where debt keeps everything running until it stops. Look around. Record stock markets, rising home prices, endless stimulus. It looks like growth, but it's an illusion built on credit and printing. Every crisis brings the same prescription: more money. In the 1970s, after the collapse of the Bretton Woods system, currencies detached from gold entirely, and the printing began. In the 1980s, the Latin American debt crisis crushed entire nations under dollar loans. In the 1990s, the Asian financial crisis exposed how global liquidity could turn prosperity into panic overnight. And in 2008, the global economy collapsed under the weight of its own leverage. Each time, the solution was the same: print more, borrow more, inflate more. Each time, the rich recovered faster, and the poor paid later. This is no accident. It's how fiat works. Those closest to the source of new money, governments, banks, corporations, benefit first. Everyone else pays later through rising costs, weaker currencies, and lost savings. That's why inequality grows, regardless of who's in charge. The problem isn't left or right, it's the money itself. After the 2008 crash, public trust was gone. Banks were bailed out, citizens were not. In that moment of despair, something extraordinary happened. An anonymous figure named Satoshi Nakamoto released a paper online. It described a new kind of money, one that didn't require trust in banks or governments at all. It was called Bitcoin. Bitcoin was engineered as an antidote to fiat's flaws. No central banks, no printing presses, no bailouts, just a transparent, decentralized system governed by math. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins. No committee can change that. No politician can inflate it away. New coins are released through mining, a process that secures the network. And every 4 years, that issuance is cut in half. That event, called the halving, ensures Bitcoin grows scarcer over time, the opposite of fiat's endless inflation. This is digital gold, but faster, lighter, incorruptible. It rewards patience, punishes manipulation, and restores fairness to the very foundation of money. For the first time, money exists that is truly separate from the state. Every time a government prints money, it steals quietly, not through taxation, but through dilution. They call it quantitative easing. What it really means is, you work harder, and your money buys less. During the 2020 pandemic, central banks printed over $10 trillion globally in under 2 years. Stocks surged, real estate soared, billionaires doubled their wealth. Meanwhile, ordinary people faced record debt and record inflation. This is not a flaw, it's the design. Central banks can move markets with a whisper, crash economies with a policy, and rewrite the cost of living for billions. That's not free enterprise, that's managed dependence. Bitcoin ends that control. It cannot be censored, seized, or printed. It doesn't recognize borders, politics, or privilege. It allows anyone, from a developer in Estonia to a farmer in India, to participate on equal terms. In authoritarian regimes, Bitcoin is freedom. In collapsing economies, it's survival. In the modern digital age, it's independence. History shows what happens when money is left to politics. The Great Depression taught us that credit bubbles destroy nations. The 1971 end of the gold standard untethered value from reality. The Latin American debt crisis showed how inflation enslaves generations. The 2008 meltdown proved that too big to fail meant too small to save. Every time the system promised reform, every time it repeated the same mistakes, because fiat depends on human restraint, and human restraint always breaks. Since the 1970s, the US dollar has lost over 95% of its purchasing power. We call that progress. It's not. It's decay dressed as prosperity. Bitcoin breaks that cycle. It introduces digital scarcity, a monetary immune system in a world addicted to easy money. A system that cannot be debased, devalued, or destroyed by decree. Money is more than numbers. It's morality. It defines what we value and how we behave. When money is corrupt, society follows. Fiat rewards speculation and greed. It punishes saving, patience, and honesty. Bitcoin reverses that. It's truth-based money, impossible to forge, fake, or inflate. It aligns incentives with integrity and time preference. It reminds us that real wealth is built, not borrowed. Bitcoin doesn't promise utopia. It promises fairness, a transparent system where anyone, anywhere can participate, a money that restores trust by removing the need for it. Fiat thrives on obedience. Bitcoin thrives on choice. The fiat system keeps you dependent on credit, on debt, on permission. Bitcoin invites you to opt out, to own your time, your value, your freedom. It's not just a technology, it's a declaration of independence, a peaceful revolution that replaces trust in authority with trust in truth. Every generation faces a defining choice. Ours is whether to cling to a dying system that enriches the few or embrace a new one that empowers the many. The old world is fading. A new one is being built, block by block, node by node, person by person. So ask yourself, are you ready to escape fiat? Are you ready to reclaim your financial sovereignty? Because the future isn't printed on paper. It's mined in code. It's powered by truth. And it belongs to those who choose freedom. Bitcoin isn't just money, it's a movement, and freedom is the ultimate return on investment.